We talked about this last week, but you know who has been broke for a long-ass time in Sacramento? They have been a broke-ass, poverty-ass franchise for a very long time, and they needed fixing. So last week, I was on ESPN Sacramento with Damian Barling and Kenny Carraway to talk about the Kings. Fun conversation. They basically knew exactly what I knew, which is this guy, Luke Walton. He's got to go. He's got to go. They follow the Kings like a religion. We had a nice little banter. You know, if you're in Sacramento, I mean, what else do you talk about, truthfully? No shade to Damian and Kenny, but, like, that's it, right? There's anything else going on there? I don't know. So we said, no way Luke Walton is the Kings coach tomorrow, right? Like, I knew they were losing games. We talked about it. I'm like, yo, he's got to go, right? So this is what I tweeted. Went on ESPN Sacramento today with the host Damian Barling and I am K. Diddy and said the exact same thing. No reason that the Kings should be getting their doors blown off tonight with the talent that they have. And let me tell you, I have never seen someone come after me for such an innocuous and completely factual take. Like, that wasn't even a hot take. That was a nice statement about the Kings having good pieces and not needing to lose. And not needing to lose in this fashion. And their coach was culpable of that fact, right? They were culpable. I won't give his handle out, but I think it might have been Luke Walton's burner. Like, truthfully, the way that he was speaking. He tweeted this. With all due respect, your opinion is the complete opposite of every reporter that covers this team on a day-to-day basis and almost all national NBA reporters. Okay, Luke. Like, okay, Luke. It was Luke, right? An insane thing to say, considering that both Damian and Kenny 100% agreed with me that Luke Walton needed to go. Luke Walton needed to go for years, which is that they have too much talent to be fucking around, blowing huge leads, looking completely inconsistent, sometimes great, sometimes not great, and not even sniffing the playoffs pretty much every year. And then I responded to him. Which is just the fact that this is a segment now. Which is what? That Luke Walton isn't to blame for the four-guard lineup that allows opposing centers to feast? That Davion, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Harrison, and Fox are just scrubs? That they are the ones to blame? I listen and read. I mean, if you think I'm not listening and reading. It's time to clean house. And then he doubled down and he actually'd me. He was like, well, actually, they play a three-guard lineup, not a four-guard. None of the players you noted are an all-star. Pause. Yeah, nobody that plays on the Kings, no matter how good they are, is going to be an all-star. Like, but fucking Boogie Cousins, one of the most dominant big men in NBA history, barely made the all-star game, and they shipped him the fuck out. And many of them have struggled offensively to start the season. No shit. They're all four guards playing on the court at the same time. Like, what do you think? They're going to all be able to get their shot off? There's no mismatches. Are you serious? It's like, you don't know shit. Anyway, this team is only projected to be the 10th or 11th in the standings. What have you been reading? That this is indicating that this was a playoff roster? Pause. Cavs were also indicated to be an 11 seed. And let's see what they're doing. He even denied the fact to me that Harrison Barnes was a two-guard when I sent him an article screenshot that headline said, Harrison Barnes struggles to adapt to play two in the NBA. Like, what are we talking about, people? What are we saying? People will just go to any lengths to make a woman sound wrong on the internet. They really will. Anyway, my point stands. Luke Walton was a trash coach, and I predicted if he lost 2 more games, he would be fired. And guess what? Luke Walton here on a Monday and on a Tuesday, his ass is fired. I said, watch your butt, Luke, and his butt is now sitting on a couch. His butt is now chilling at the crib. His butt is now probably headed to the Lakers bench or to the Warriors bench to sit there because he came there and he was okay there. That's not to say that he was unpopular with the team. He wasn't. Tyrese Halliburton had very nice things to say about Luke. All accounts, a decent guy. I just don't think he's a very good coach. This is what he said. He said, very nice, flowery things. But Alvin Gentry has been named the semi-interim head coach in a Woj reporting. Woj bomb. Gentry, this is what he said. Gentry is already under contract through the 2022-2023 season. He gets a raise. Why, I don't know, to take the interim job and agreement on some benchmarks of success the rest of the season with the team to try and keep the job longer. John Hollinger wrote this about Alvin Gentry. Alvin Gentry is, you can tell in my tone, I don't believe this at all. He is one of the most beloved people in the league. He's worked for darn near every team in the league. He's a retread. Obviously, that means he's a retread. And you'll have trouble finding many people with anything bad to say about him. He's also pretty much seen everything this league has to offer. He worked for Donald Sterling's Clippers, so nothing that happens in Sacramento is likely to faze him. What you're trying to say there is that he has been so unsuccessful that he's bounced around like a journeyman, and that he's worked for dysfunctional teams that largely stayed dysfunctional in his tenure on those teams. He is one of those people, those little bolts that doesn't speak about the shit that's going on. That's him. And he got a head coaching gig, and he failed at that head coaching gig multiple times. So yeah. He got into a fight with the GM of the New Orleans Pelicans recently because the Pelicans GM clowned him for giving him all the answers to the test and his ass still not knowing how to solve the problem. And this guy is the interim head coach with a new fucking raise. These guys. More things change, more things stay the same. De'Aaron Fox himself does not expect the Kings to have a big overhaul due to the change from Luke Walton to Alvin Gentry, and that is a shame, I tell you what. And he emphasized finishing plays and getting out to good starts. So what happened, folks? In their first game under Gentry against the Sixers, the Kings were 3.5-point favorites against the Sixers without Tobias Harris, no Embiid, of course no Ben Simmons, no Danny Green, and I hammered the Kings. I knew dead cats, they don't bounce that high. No, they don't. The Kings led by 9 early in the fourth quarter, but guess what, folks? They were outscored 25-8 over the final 9 minutes, 45 seconds. So yes, nothing changed. Nothing. That's exactly what the Kings have been doing. This is what I'm saying. I don't know why they get these big leads and then they give them up, but I don't know. It can't just be the players' fault for that. These are professional athletes. So Gentry got his first chance to talk about what's going wrong with the Kings. That's what he said. Quote, bottom line, you have to step up and make shots. Pause. He's already putting the blame on the players, isn't he? We got some good looks at it, and we didn't make them. That's where we've struggled. We played a team that had a lot of their starters missing, and we didn't get the job done. Oh, my God. Once again, Tristan Thompson, the voice of reason. Let's see what he has to say.
It's everyone. Everyone's got to be better. Everyone's got to look in the mirror. Everyone's got to get a reality check. You know, we got to just have more toughness and grit. Like, you know, we're playing a little too nice. Got to get a little nasty. Got to hit a motherfucker on the floor. Got to make someone feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love that it's
for Rich to get hit
Thompson,
like that in his eye,
the Canadian,
playing hard, someone's got to go set a legal screen or a back pick on someone to feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like Rich, he punches the clock in. That kid works. He's got better every year for this team and this franchise, and he gets hit in the eye, has a busted eye, but no one gives a hard foul or makes someone feel him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Basically, we need to be not soft. Like, we need to fuck people up when they fuck us up. Yeah, but you need your head coach to say that. Listen. We need a bounty gate here. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need the head coach being like, I'm giving out hundreds to people who smash these fools. Yo, Richaun Holmes got poked in the eye. Give him your bodies. I don't need Tristan Thompson, former Cleveland Cavalier and Canadian. No shade to the Canadians, but, like, I don't need that. I think I can trash Canada now that I'm not owned by Penn National Gaming that's now owning the Score. Yeah, the Canadians are soft. Like, you can't have the Canadian be the toughest one on your fucking roster. You know what I'm saying? So Kings fans, buckle up. Yeah, Kings fans, buckle up. Alvin Gentry is not the answer. Who is? I mean, you got Doug Christie there. Why isn't he given an opportunity? People are already speculating that De'Aaron Fox's role is now going to be diminished because he was the centerpiece of Luke Walton's offense. Boy, that doesn't sound great. All I can say is that if you have De'Aaron Fox, one of the fastest, if not the fastest guy in the league, you have Halliburton, you have Buddy Hield, one of the best shooters in the league, you have Harrison Barnes, probably one of the best two-way players in the league, and Richaun Holmes, one of the best rollers in the league, Davion Mitchell clamps off the bench, and you can't win games. you got problems. You got problems on the offense, you got problems on the defense, and that largely stems from the front office and the coaching staff. You need to figure out a way to make that talented lineup win some fucking games. And oh, by the way, for those still simping for Luke Walton, I get it. You've got a low bar for things. In Luke Walton's burner, including for Luke Walton's burner, not Walton 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who definitely wasn't Luke Walton simping for him in his Twitter mentions. I've got some good news for you. Luke Walton's 43% winning percentage, which you might think is trash because it is. His winning percentage as the head coach of the Kings, that is the second best record in franchise history. That's heartbreaking. 18 head coaches in franchise history, and he is the second winningest head coach in Sacramento lore? This is the only head coach on earth that couldn't get a 500 record out of LeBron James, and he has the second best record at 43%. Buckle up, Kings fans. This is going to be a hell of a ride. This league